So, ladies and gentlemen, last week we had an eventful episode. Started with a bit of an ambush. Not just one that threatened the physicality and life of some of the people or some of the characters that you see in our illustrious group, but it seemed to also threaten their sanity a little bit too, as once that ambush had been dealt with, there was some pretty vile deeds that had to happen. Some cleanup, tossing of bodies into a river, the slitting of someone's throat, if I recall correctly. I don't remember who did that. Someone in chat probably can mention who did that. All of it seemed to stem from the past of our one half of our dynamic duo twins, Aidy, and her illustrious, although perhaps short-lived career as a gambler. There was a quick exit afterwards, so as to hopefully not draw attention, and an escape into the sewers, where young Mira led everyone to a secret, cozy little spot that she had visited some time ago. A spot that she still seemed to hold dear into her heart, and was glad she had remembered at that very moment. Reckonings were had, discussions took place, and everyone got a sense of the kind of dread that faced them in the coming days. What with the soon-to-be arriving Nostromo group of clerical hunters, seeking some of them, their friends, maybe more, who knows, and also apparently having upset some very influential people in the criminal underworld as well. That needed to be dealt with. And it was also discovered that two of their friends, Balin and Vonik, had been taken prisoner and interrogated very severely, it seems, to have gotten all of the information that could be extracted from them and what had led to the ambush, or at least that's the running theory. And while everyone recovered down in the sewer, Sisk, aka Sienna, decided to go and scout, as it were, a casino. A place that you believe most likely is where your friends are being held prisoner. And upon arriving outside of said casino, Sisk spotted an old friend. The man that had brought them initially to this place, to backdoor Lustrin, anyway. And as we concluded, against their better judgment, Sisk was heading inside the casino after their friend. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin tonight with a bit of a cutscene, we'll call it. Balin's head hangs low, their breath ragged, shallow. They struggle to maintain a semblance of consciousness. Their body bears the cruel evidence of the relentless interrogation that they suffered. Bruises marring their face, their right eye practically swollen shut, and dried blood cracks on their split lips. Their wrists and ankles are shackled to the heavy chair upon they sit, the cold metal biting into their raw skin. The dim light of the room barely illuminates the small, damp space, casting eerie shadows upon the stone walls. A tiny, ethereal moth, its wings glimmering with a soft, otherworldly light, flutters silently into the room. Circles failing, once, twice, then lands gently upon their ear. Then with a voice soft as a breeze, but imbued with an unmistakable determination, the moth conveys its message. I'm coming for you. Hold on. Mira's voice, filled with resolve, echoes in Phelan's mind. The words are almost a lifeline at this point. A promise of rescue, piercing the fog of their pain. Despite the chains, despite the agony, and the overwhelming fatigue, a spark of hope ignites within them. Phelan's body relaxes, if only slightly, and they draw a deeper breath. First in what feels like an eternity. They cling to Mira's words, letting them fill the void left from the torment. Coming for you. Hold on. The message plays over and over in their mind, a mantra against the darkness. The magical moth, its duty fulfilled, vanishes as silently as it arrived, leaving behind just a hint of warmth and hope. We then cut over to Sisk. Entering into the casino, the Emerald Gambit, you find it lavish, ostentatious, ridiculous. Your focus is upon Leighton. Leighton stands tall, imposing, especially in this bustling gambling hall of a place. His presence is fairly contrasted against the lively atmosphere that surrounds him. He has an angular face with sharp features, and his skin is smooth olive tone. Dark hair, neatly styled, but your attention is most drawn to the magical headband adorned with a faintly glowing blue gem at its center. His expression is muted, almost vacant, giving him an emotionless and detached demeanor. The emptiness in his gaze is unsettling. It's almost as if his mind is off somewhere else. His attire is a mix of dark and muted colors with intricate patterns that imply at his high rank within the clergy for those that would know such things. And as you watch Leighton, a twinge of deep sympathy wells up within you. Seeing the mind control headband, a device that you had suffered under for many, many years, brings back memories of your own torment. The faint glow of the blue gem at its center is a cruel reminder of the mental chains that it lashes you with. Your heart aches for your friend, who had freed you all so long ago, now trapped within their own mind, their true self suppressed by the cold, unfeeling magic of this device. You know all too well the helplessness and despair that it brings, and you can't help but feel a fierce determination to free them from this bondage. Leighton's rigid posture and vacant expression are not just signs of his control, but also to you, symbols of that silent struggle within him. The struggle you are so painfully familiar with. Despite the cacophony of the casino, Leighton sits with an eerie stillness. A glass of water in his hand, his posture is rigid, almost statuesque. Observers find it somewhat difficult to discern any emotion or intention from Leighton or his demeanor. There is a distinct sense of intimidation that his presence holds within this hall. Just sitting at the bar, he appears to be waiting for something, for someone. You're not sure. The main gambling hall of the Emerald Gambit is a horrifying display of opulence and activity, filled with clinking coins, the murmur of gamblers, the occasional triumphant cheer, and amidst all of this chaos, a raised half-walled dais draws your attention to the far side of the room. Despite Leighton being there, you are still very vigilant, smart. You've done this before. You know not to get too caught up, for fear that a trap could be lurking around any corner. Such things are always possible when dealing with the clergy, especially in a place such as this and its connections to the underground, criminal aspects of the world. But as your attention is drawn over to this raised dais, you can't help but see a figure, striking, authority, unchallenged. A man standing there, his bald head gleams under the ambient lighting. A sly, almost predatory smile curls on his lips. He's dressed in an extravagant emerald green coat adorned with golden trim, unbuttoned just enough to reveal a muscular chest and a gleaming emerald pendant that hangs from a thick gold chain. His fingers are adorned with heavy rings, each one more ornate than the one next to it, worn with pride as if they somehow enforce his power and authority. And behind him, there stands a massive portrait of himself upon the wall, further solidifying his imposing presence. You are quite certain that this can only be Cadreas, head of the Menelian cartel here in Orlustran. Cadreas stands with an air of confidence, absolute, his piercing eyes scanning the crowd below, assessing, calculating with every glance. He seems to exude power as well as menace, because he knows he holds all the cards in this game. From the edge of the chamber, another figure begins to approach the well. This man has sharp features, marked by deep lines in his face, piercing eyes that seem to scrutinize everything around him. His hair is a mix of gray and black, slicked back, giving him a stern expression, certainly one that he has reinforced over the years. He wears a dark, high-collared coat. Speaking of modest elegance and practicality, there's a slight curl to his lips, not quite a smile, and his demeanor is composed and calm. But there's also an undercurrent of tension that you can see in his stature. You're fairly certain that this is the man that Aidy had described to you as Nesner, the one who had set up the ambush. Seeing these two men together in this space sends chills down your spine, and as much as you want to go to Leighton right now, walk up behind him and tear that headband off of his head, you know that you can't. You know that there's too much danger in doing that, especially observed. It would be impossible. As Nesner steps up to Cadreas, the pair begins to speak in hushed tones. Their conversation is guarded, their expressions are serious, and every so often their gaze shifts towards Leighton as they sit with muted, emotionless expression, apparently not having observed the two men. You know that whatever they're talking about must be important, and you strive to find out what that is. You slink through the chamber as quickly as you can. You use your natural gifts of guile and subterfuge, as well as the ability to change your face easily, to move through the chamber without anyone really noticing, despite the fact that you're standing amongst them. You get in close, just to the very edge of the raised dais. There's a few games of chance nearby, probably the ones that Cadreas likes to look upon the most. And you feign observation to those games, scooping up a glass of someone else's drink, faking drinking it as you stand there, and you're just close enough that with your keen ears you can listen to the whispers between Cadreas and Mesmer. You know, just in their demeanor, that they are speaking of secrets, and you're very quickly come to the conclusion that they're speaking of Leighton. You hear Cadreas say, "You brought Leighton to me because you knew he could be easily manipulated." Nesner then, "Exactly. I could tell right away that Leighton would be putty in your hands. He needed someone to guide him, and of course, who better than you, right? Well, I must say, I relish the opportunity to take advantage of those clerical buffoons, always thinking they're so untouchable." "Oh, it's okay. We'll give Leighton our friends in the basement. Phelan and Vonic will be just what he needs." "Good. Make sure you get everything you need out of them tonight. Arrange some light healing to clean them up a bit. I'll be out of the building tomorrow for a lunch fundraiser with the new city councilor that I'm, trying to make sure gets elected. Perfect timing for you to handle this whole situation with Leighton and the delivery and all that before those Nostromo fucks get here. We can absolutely take care of that. Lunch is a fine time for it. Though I don't think I'll offer any to our guests. But that'll also give Leighton plenty of time to get Phelan and Vonic to Chokrin and these Nostromo, whatever that really means. Don't you worry none about what that means. I got that handled. This is going to be good for me. Get to spoil it for a lot of people who want to take advantage. In the meantime, you make sure that any gestures towards Leighton fella is well attended to tonight, yeah? You keep him happy. I don't trust anyone from the clergy to be left to their own devices, you see? Of course. I'll make sure he's kept entertained and content. Can't afford any loose ends, right? I've got a Dredgehound with a little healing magic. They can take a look at Phelan and Vonic. Should be fine. Well, excellent then. Let's make sure they're in just the right condition, right? Cooperative, but not too comfortable. Catch my drift? Nesner just nods. You see Cadreas and his sinister smile move on, stepping out of the well, moving down into the gambling hall moving from table to table, watching, seeing all of the money that he's making tonight. And then you see Nesner step down too off the opposite side and start heading towards Leighton. You push yourself to not go to your friend. You take every ounce of your willpower. Now isn't the right time. You start to feel that closing in of the walls. You've stayed too long. You haven't shifted your face in a little bit. You need to get out. You got information. You know more than you did. You know for sure that the friends of Aidy and Mira are downstairs. And you know that they're at least safe for tonight. You need to get back to Ren, the twins. With expediency, you head back out into the night. And you arrive down in the sewers, easily retracing your steps back to your companions. You find them seemingly somewhat better from when you left them. Aidy is certainly cleaned up now, sure. Her hands are no longer drenched in blood. And Mira seems to have a sense of confidence about her. Bren is resting his eyes, but not quite asleep as he's just standing, leaning up against the wall. You get the sense that they were waiting for you to come back. Aidy, of course, spots this first as they come in.
Oh, thank God you're back. How is it out there?
Okay, so, let me see. It was fine. Sorry, the dredge hounds. Well, so I took a look at the casino. We were looking into, or like we know that Phelan and Vanek were under. They are definitely there. I caught Leighton going in. He is being handled by Kadreus and Nesner, as it were. Nesner is going to show him a good time tonight, make sure that he's happy, and then tomorrow for lunch, I think they're going to be handing Phelan and Vanek as to the clergy as kind of like a little gift that's going to make Kadreus some good contacts, I guess, in the long run. They're safe for tonight, but you'd have to if you want to get them out of there. We're going to want to do it before lunch tomorrow.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about Leighton.
I just want to get him out of there so bad. He seems so empty. And they said it right in front of me. Well, right behind me, I guess, that he's very suggestible. He's very easily led. Sounds about right. Maybe if we can get all three of them at the same time, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys don't want to help Leighton. I understand that. I'll probably still go out of my way, but yeah. So what? Got Chokran, Nesner, Kadreus, Leighton. All these people are involved together. They're not. Kadreus and Nesner were not thrilled that the Nostromo were coming, though. So that's interesting. But
well, I mean, I'll do everything I can to help get Leighton out of there. we're gonna be there, so
Get them all at once.
yeah. Thank you for going and doing all of that. I know it was probably risky.
I wasn't. I don't think I noticed anything too bad. I was worried for a hot moment that it was going to be a trap, but they didn't know it was there. It was great. It was fine.
Okay. So what now?
Extraction.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
How?
Yeah. How? Well, Sisk, maybe if you can change your appearance to someone entirely different, that might be good. Just not showing up as Sienna again in that space.
Mm-hmm.
I
No, I wasn't. I was not Sienna then.
Got it.
We could try. There are a few things that we could try. We could try to be Cadreus, come back, boss Nesner around. We could try to, when they're trying to do a drop off with Leighton, Phelan, and Vonic, we could try to intercept them.
Is there a way we can get Nesner out of the building for a bit?
Aidy? How well did you know Nesner?
Not extremely well. He wasn't particularly chatty. I was friends with Vonic and Yoli. They were, good people. Nesner, he didn't seem like bad people at the time. I guess. I don't know much, is the gist of it. But, I think I could maybe get away with, some, body language stuff. Or, I don't know, things like that.
Body language stuff?
Yeah, I can sort of change a bit. Not as well as Sisk, but I can do that. It's hard to do, though. I don't think it would last, more than an hour or so.
Why don't you just walk in there?
I could, frankly. I think if we're looking to get Nesner out of the way,
That is a terrible idea.
It's probably
Absolutely
the best
not.
idea. It's probably the best and quickest idea we have. Why distract yourself? Or why disguise yourself? He's looking for you. Go say
That's
hi.
true.
But violently,
No, just,
We don't.
hey, I heard you was looking for me.
We don't know
I'm
what
here, let's talk.
they sent. People after us for her.
Yeah. And
We don't
those people didn't
know-
come back.
No, absolutely not.
oh, someone can. I could try to pretend to be Aidy, and you could turn me in as Aidy, and then
no.
pow, I break out as not Aidy.
Yeah.
Sisk, when you were there, did they say anything about the troop that they sent to us to apparently retrieve and or kill Aidy? Did they say anything?
About them?
No.
No.
Yes? So they think they're still out there doing it. They had no idea. You just show up.
Let's take this outside. You know?
Gives you enough.
To what end? How are we
It gives
then
you
gonna
enough
get?
time to go get Phelan.
And Vonic and Leighton. It's not the worst idea.
It is. It is the worst idea.
What's your plan?
Not that.
Okay.
I don't know. Sisk, how did Leighton get the headband away from you? Can you just take it off? Do we have a plan for helping Leighton?
Is it that simple, Miko? It is, right?
Yeah, I mean, Leighton had the drop on you before, and kind of he basically did a hold person on you so that you couldn't resist it as he took off the headband. That was how you got freed from it originally.
So yeah, he had to mobilize me effectively. Otherwise, I would fight back. But it is that simple. You take it off, you regain your senses.
What if we have some sort of distraction? One of us, I can be invisible. I can try to get either to Leighton or to Phelan and Vonik.
I can be invisible too, and I can change the way I look. And Nesner has a shitty knee, and I feel like I can outrun him. At least to, go down an alley and disappear. I don't know. It's just a thought. I know. I can feel that you really, really hate that idea. But, I mean, it could work.
We could blow the place up.
Not quite as subtle, I think, as we're hoping for, but I really do like the creative juices flowing here.
If
Think
we're
about
leaving,
it this way, right?
We're blowing this popsicle stand anyway.
So here's
thing you I've never heard of.
Screw it. We're just right. Here's the thing. You could go in there. We obviously know a distraction needs to be held so that somebody, Mira, can go and take care of Phelan and Vonik. It's not going to be done while everybody's at arms. So a distraction needs to be had. Someone needs to slip into where they are and get that going. One distraction. Aidy shows up, says, "Hey, I'm here." There's a distraction. You go that way. Another distraction is we can cause a ruckus that will wake up the entire city. Now we have bystanders, authority, coming to a place where authority shouldn't be. That's another thing. Or I could turn into a bear and run in there.
Okay. So we distract them in whatever way, however, big it might be. How do we... I feel like Mira, it shouldn't just be you going down and trying to get them, right? Like, we should have cover for everyone. Right?
Question. Is this your friend, this casino? It's not legal, right?
I have no idea. I've never been there. I've never played there. I didn't know about Cadreas or
For
any
all
of that
intents
business.
and purposes, Aidy would know that this is a legal establishment.
It's
Okay.
a legal establishment.
It's not necessarily liked by everyone, particularly those, in the clergy that, espouse higher morality and such. But there's nothing about the place that violates any laws. You're certain that criminal activity takes place there, but the business itself is legitimate.
This would definitely go against what the virtue trials are set up for, right?
Not necessarily. It depends on the virtue. Certainly, a man such as Cadreus would not be someone who took a virtue trial. Any of them.
I have a very convoluted plan, which might make it the best plan. So, here we go. So, Aidy, you are good at gambling, right? You can disguise yourself. So, can you disguise yourself? We'll go in, you start gambling, but you gamble less good than usual so that they catch you like cheating or something, and then we'll make a big ruckus because it'll be like, how dare you accuse me of cheating, and so like we'll get the whole casino involved while maybe Mira and Bren go sneak in, bring the folks out. Convoluted. Maybe you could be a bear if you want.
It's kind of brilliant.
Y'all see that bear over there playing blackjack? This is very...
Hey, we could go that angle too. I like that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
If you're comfortable with it, it does make sense. Calls more attention to yourself.
Sure, yeah. I can do that.
I like it better than Aidy just going in as herself.
You have an hour to cause a ruckus. I'm sure you could do that in half the time.
Yeah.
Give her 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So we're at the distraction.
And then, what do we do about Leighton?
I mean, I feel like you guys could likely overpower him, or I'm sure Aidy and I could.
Knock him out.
Yeah, just knock him out. Maybe I could, I could maybe use a spell. I have a couple friends where he'll feel really friendly towards me as whatever persona, so he'll let me get close and I just snatch it from him. I don't know.
So
we have a distraction.
Order of operations here. I go in and play cards and cause trouble.
I can back you up there. Like I can be like someone who would be flagging cards if you're counting cards or whatever. I could. So we could both get caught.
Aidy, could you see if Phelan and Vonik are tied with ropes? Are they shackled? Are we going to need to figure out how to unlock things? That's not something I'm good at.
Miko, what did I see? Yeah. Shackles.
It was shackled. Yeah.
Okay. So you sneak in some bolt cutters under your robes.
Hold on. No, we can make a stop, and I can get something that'll help for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For what it's worth, also, Kay, just to remind you, Sisk could easily deal with the shackles.
Yeah.
Either with thieves' tools or with your multi-tool, converting it into something to break the shackles.
Yeah. But that means I would have to be there.
Yeah,
I'd have to
that's
be.
Okay.
I can't split myself in two. I can pretend to be someone else and split you in two.
But just one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we can.
Okay.
There'll be a backup plan. We can do it with the little farm ingenuity. I think I may have an idea.
All right. I mean, I can cause trouble on my own. So if you've got to go down there, that might be helpful. And then I assume we're trying to get Phelan and Vonik first, or at least start that, so that when we then grab
preferably at the same time
the headband. Yeah. Yeah.
I will remind you, and so that Kay does not have to repeat this, we'll say that this information is coming from Sisk. That Nesner did indicate that the plan was to bring Leighton to the prisoners for the exchange. So all three of them will be in the same room, ostensibly in the basement, at somewhere around lunchtime.
They said they had a healer, right? Right.
Yes.
What if we get there early and we're the healer?
I do like that too. I can also heal for real, so it doesn't even have to be.
Yeah, it works. Yeah. It's still, we're not 100% lying.
You also did hear Nesner describe their healer as a member of the Dredgehounds, and you ostensibly know the general attire and appearances, having faced down half dozen of them just a couple of hours ago.
I know. I think I have something cooking. Hold on. That's another plan. I can also do things with my appearance. We can get there early as one of the healers, and if they don't believe me, reluctantly, I'll convince them, and we can get a direct access to both Phelan and Vonic. It's just that you would have to be invisible for a while, though, looking at Mira.
I can do it for an hour.
I have to be quick.
I mean, in the ideal scenario, the healers would actually be down there and heal our friends, and then we would cause mayhem with friends that aren't quite as fucked up.
But would also potentially be shackled, because I don't think they're gonna unshackle them and then heal, because that would be silly.
That's fair.
I think whatever plan we come up with is gonna go to shit anyway. So I think we have a loose outline. We figure out what time we want to be in there, and whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
I mean, let's make some outlines. Violence, level of violence. Like, are we attacking everyone willy-nilly? A patron stands against us. We're attacking them, or
I think
attacking staff.
I'd
I feel like it's wrong to
low as long as we can. I think
you just said it'll go to shit, so
it's going to. But until it does, I think we fly under the radar until things go to shit, and then.
Oh.
I'm still thinking about just starting off with it going to shit, because if it's already crazy, everything gets lost in the mix.
I mean, I'll cultivate the crazy at the right time. Just a quick thought, though. We're going to need somewhere to go, to escape to. Do we come back to the sewers? I mean, we need somewhere that's close, but I guess innocuous. What do you think? I mean...
Did Miko, in my history with Violet and their gang of like acquiring items, they had to have had a safe house in the city.
Their safe house was their barge.
Like all of them? Like they would all go back to the barge? Held the barge?
Generally speaking, whenever you interacted with Violet and Figment, and because they weren't a gang, right? It was like 2, sometimes 3 people, right?
Loot. Clubhouse, right. If you will.
The clubhouse was Violet's barge.
Barge. Sick. We're not going back to my phone.
That's fine. I mean, how far are we from Violet's barge?
You're basically in the center of the city. The casino is technically further east from where you are now. Or, I'm sorry, west from where you are now. So the barge is at the farthest westernmost point of the city. Right?
That's a long way to run.
Yeah. Well,
your friend, your professor.
That is a gamble.
Huge. But they believe the same thing you do, right? Come on. We're
No bad ideas.
It's technically an option.
The more we talk about this, the more I think blowing up the casino sounds the best route to go.
Oh my god.
Yes, eventually, but I think we should see what we're getting into first.
We did.
We can't escalate from if we're already starting up here. There's no more escalation to be had. What if we need that extra level?
We're the top of the. We can go another level. It's just like we can take it up a notch.
You see Bren's facial features starting to become slightly animalistic, and his eyes begin to change to that of a wild beast as he does that.
Listen. Sorry. That happens more than I'd like to admit. Girls, this is really not the point to where we are subtle. We cannot... We're essentially planning a heist. A rescue heist, but it's a heist. We have to go here because everyone else is already here. I'm already tired thinking about it. So come on. We got to throw some shit in the wind.
I feel like there's a lot of shit in the wind already.
Right. Looking at Aidy, you've already stepped in the direction. This is the time to keep going.
Okay. Are we showing up as soon as possible, or are we going at the time of the exchange when all of them are going to be in the same place?
Same place?
I guess there's some benefit to it.
You were muted, Kay.
You're still muted.
Ruh-roh.
Where does this go? It's normally, I would say, hold on, let's really think about it. But we're at the point to where the more we think about it, the less time we have, and people will die. So we gotta really trust me. I would rather go in quietly and.
I don't believe that that's true at this point, because we've talked about going in quietly and kind of made a plan, and now you're wanting to blow the whole thing up.
Well, because the quiet plan wasn't getting anywhere. At the very most, you lose a lot of money and arrested.
Plan. I mean, I've got money to lose.
Okay. I think if we go in there pressing very hard, in and out as best we can.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna sleep now because you all had a little bit of a rest, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go run an errand.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be back.
are you going to your farm without us?
Oh God, no. I'd like to. I really would, and I probably should, but no, I'm not. Leaves.
Where's Bren off to?
Bren's gonna go to he's gonna go to what would be like a wares store. He's going to pick up, I would assume in the city there's a way to get black powder?
Yeah.
Okay. He would like at least like 5 ounces of that, and
Sure.
then some lantern oil.
Okay.
And a small box about this big.
All right. The
And a gun.
Nah,
Damn, I tried.
not here. Not in this part of the world. You're able to pick those things up fairly easily. You also pick up a tinderbox as well, just because the late night store clerk that is, wondering what kind of fun you're going to get up to indicates you probably need something to light it.
Huh. I have a question for you, store clerk. 5 ounces of this powder. How big of a boom?
I mean, depends, man.
Trying to build a well.
Trying to build a... Well, the powder's not going to do much for you, bro.
It's going to move some earth. That's what I need. I just need to start. If we start with a big hole, I can make it bigger a lot faster.
I mean, I might do like 5 little holes, distribute between them and then light them up to loosen the ground. If you're digging a hole, that's the easiest way, man.
Thank you. Haze them, please.
No problem.
Yeah. I was being prepared, dude. I'm leaving here with something. Something's about to happen.
Anything else on your errand?
No, we'll keep it at that.
Okay. So, I'm assuming that you're returning to the little safe spot in the sewers that you guys have managed to find.
Yeah, a little satchel on my back.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? I know Sisk is conking out. Mira aiding.
Best.
Aidy is quietly contemplating and avoiding thinking too hard or feeling too hard or looking at Mira at all.
Is she?
Too bad.
Is
Mira
she
is
shutting Mira out?
The door is open a crack, but Mira can definitely tell that she's, pulling away a bit.
Mira goes over and sits down next to her and just makes her lay down. You should try to get a little sleep.
Yeah. You too.
And I'll just sit there and smooth back Aidy's hair like our mom used to do.
Okay.
Yeah, she starts crying. Just quietly.
All right. Ren returns, little satchel on his back. Everyone settles in for a not very comfortable night's rest. But a night's rest you do get. You can trigger long rest on your character sheets. Any special things associated to that, feel free to take care of. As you all settle in, there's a hail for Mira from Jeremy for the head rubbins. Oh. As morning comes, ironically enough, there is a nearby grate in the connecting chamber to this one. that provides sufficient light coming in that you can tell that the suns are beginning to rise on the horizon. And as they do, all of you feel a distinct sense of dread about what you face in the day. Beth, Aidy awakens, and she almost feels hollow inside from the experience of everything that happened in the previous 12 hours. And yet there's also lingering at the corners of her mind a comforting presence. And at first, when she realizes this, she glances at Mira, thinking it must be her sister. But Mira is tidying herself, getting herself ready, and Aidy realizes very quickly that it's not that. Nothing happens. Certainly nothing ill. She feels that sense of comfort lingering at the edges of her consciousness. You all pack yourselves up, prepare yourselves as best you can. You have the morning to take care of any last-minute things. I know that you all had said that before you do anything to rescue your friends, you need to, as surreptitiously as possible, return to the apartment, stuff whatever you possibly can into the bag of holding. Is there anything else besides that you wish to do?
You see Bryn, he's got like he's tying to like his belt, like little 5 pouches that he created in the morning. They got little strings outside of him, and he puts his shirt over it, and he's just like, all right, you ready to go?
As ready as we'll ever be, I think.
You head off to the apartment. You don't find Mr. Babineau there as you're watching the place, looking to see if anyone else is watching it too. And at first there's a little sense of worry to what that might mean. But then eventually, as you stand there for a couple of minutes scoping out, you see him off in the distance, walking down the street, carrying a brown bag in one hand and very, very large honey-covered pastry in the other. See Crowbar dancing amongst his feet as he shuffles his way down the street. He's far enough distant at this point that the twins, you both feel comfortable that you could sneak in, get what you need quickly, and sneak out without having to face him, without drawing too much attention to him. Does your better judgment hold? Or do you wait to speak to Mr. Babineau?
Can I make a wisdom saving throw?
Sure. Call it DC 12.
15.
Okay.
I've fucked up enough. I don't want to cause any more trouble, so if we can just get in and out.
Okay. You both head in rapidly, collect the various things that you know you're going to need, whatever books and papers for Mira, some of Aidy's clothes that she had taken with her on that first voyage up to the mountains. You grab the emergency things. As you head out from the apartment, you both turn and look back inside. There's a shared sense of wonder if you're even going to see the place again. Before you very quickly patch yourselves and return to your companions. As you duck across the street, you see Mr. Babineau just one block up, just happily hopping along with his pastry in his hand, completely oblivious to the seriousness of the situation. You scoot yourselves away. Any other last-minute things before you head to the casino?
No.
Getting there early gives you ample opportunity to scout the place out. This early in the morning, it's still open, the 24-hour kind of establishment. There's a lot less people moving to and fro. As you approach the Emerald's Gambit, the building's imposing structure looms ahead of you. Once a grand temple dedicated to the Ascendant, the exterior of this place still retains some hint of those religious origins. Majestic stone columns frame various walls and corners, and intricate carvings of celestial scenes are etched into the weathered facade. Adreus, who now owns the building, is rumored to have purchased it despite the Ascendant and the clergy, transforming it from its once holy place into now one of chance and excess. The grand double doors are guarded by a pair of fairly burly bouncer-type folk. But it is open to the world. It's a place where fortune and misfortune dance hand in hand with one another. As you move around to get a better look, potentially trying to scope out some way that you hadn't previously seen of infiltrating it, getting into the subterranean complex below, a small rock flies out from behind you, striking Aidy in the back of the head. Aidy quickly turns, holding the back of her head. It doesn't do any real damage, but as you turn and look, alerted, you see a familiar face peeking out from a corner behind you. Yoli stands there. You see her gesturing rapidly to you to come as she disappears around the corner.
I'll be right back. Hang on. I'll just follow.
Bad time for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed that, like, maybe one, I don't know, Mira saw or some shit. I would make sure that I wasn't just running away,
the
guys,
rest of
okay?
you spotted Yoli as well before they took back. You obviously were alerted when Aidy got pelted in the back of the head by a flying chunk of rock, so...
Should we all go? Like, I just don't think, like...
Do the rest of you stay put, or do you follow Aidy?
I'm following at this point, yeah.
All of you, or just Bren?
I'll follow Bren behind Bren a couple meters. Just he should be the first.
You're muted, Deb.
I'm gonna stay and keep watching this place.
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Cat alert. So yes, Aidy makes the trek, followed very shortly thereafter by Bren, followed shortly after by Sisk, aka Sienna, while Mira hangs back to watch the establishment. As Aidy turns the corner, Yoli is standing right there, and Aidy, recoils, startles backwards, as Yoli very obviously looks like she just wants to punch Aidy square in the face. Takes a second for her to realize that's just kind of the way Yoli looks, generally. And you kind of stand there, inches from each other's face. And she says, "You watching the casino?" That's what you're here for? You know what's going on?
Yeah.
You know Vonik is inside, you know it's serious, that he's in trouble?
That's why we're going in.
Good.
Go
and she just grabs Aidy by the tunic and like drags her back further into the alleyway as her companions round the corner as well. And I assume these people want to come too, yeah?
Yeah, they're here to help. Vonik is down there and another friend of ours too. And
Right, so there's
friend.
more than... Yeah, I know Vonik is down there, okay? And he's in deep. Yeah. He's in deep. This isn't just a little gambling thing no more. You got that?
Yeah. What's happened since I last saw you?
I don't know what the deal is with Nesner, but he's calling in everything. Anybody that owes him, they're paying their debt. Anybody that can't pay their debt, they're getting beaten to within an inch of their life.
Okay. Well.
You know what's going on? More than that?
Yeah. Sort of. There's, these are my friends, Sisk. And I'll let Sisk sort of explain what's going on with Leighton and the ties to the clergy, but not. It's a mess, Yoli.
Wait, why the hell is Nesner getting involved with the clergy? Cadreas hates the fucking clergy.
I don't get it either.
Political influence.
I guess.
What it seems like so far.
All right, look, it doesn't fucking matter anyway. Vonik is my friend. I can't let him stay in that place any longer. We have to get him the fuck out, okay?
Yeah. Quick question. I know that. Can you do magic?
No, I don't do magic. How the fuck? Why would I do magic?
Because some of us
they do magic?
might do magic. That's all I'm saying.
Just letting everybody know now.
You can do fucking magic?
Some things. I'm not good at it. I just, but we were gonna use it to our advantage.
Is that why Nesner brought you in? Were you using magic to help Nesner?
No.
Don't you fucking lie to me, Aidy.
I wasn't brought in. I accidentally stumbled upon your table and you guys were nice to me.
Okay, look. I know you didn't mean for this to happen, but it's hard not to blame you when Vonik is down there suffering right now because of this shit with Nesner.
I know, you should blame me. This is my fault, and I'm gonna go fix it.
Why didn't you get out when we warned you?
We've got so much going on. There's not enough time to even try to explain it to you, but there's a lot of shit happening.
Yeah.
We're trying to get out of here. Desperately.
All right, look. I can help you get in. Okay?
Okay.
I had to deal with these people once before. Andreas uses back way out so that he can move without people clocking where he's going and when he's going.
Okay.
We had to do that when we were... It was a different time about a year and a half ago before you showed up, okay?
Okay.
You know how to get in, but it's fucking guarded. Okay?
Yeah.
We gotta move fast. We gotta catch these fuckers off guard and put them down quickly before they alert. When I say put them down, I mean fucking put them down. You got me?
Yeah. Nesner sent a whole group after us, and we didn't leave anyone alive, so we can do that.
Wait, when was that?
Yesterday.
Last night?
Yeah.
You guys got the dredgers killed?
Yeah. Who knew?
Okay. Well, I guess whatever magic you've got is worth its shit then. Alright. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little on edge, okay?
Don't apologize. Are you gonna... Is he gonna come after you if you make your face known in
I
there?
don't fucking care.
I know. Yoli,
I'm getting Vonic out. I'm getting Vonic out, and then we're getting the fuck out of this place.
Yeah. Us too.
Lustern can kiss my fucking ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we were thinking of going in quietly and
Well, yeah, we got to do that too. But like once we make our faces known at that entrance, there's a couple of guys there, and we got to put them down quick. After that, as long as we do our jobs, then it's quiet from that point. I'm assuming any kind of looks between Sisk and Branny, she kind of sizes up Sienna, and is like, "Yeah, you look like you're quiet. You don't." As she looks over at Bran, "You going to be able to be quiet, big fella?"
Yep.
I can make an area quiet for a period of time. So, if we have to.
Wait, are all of you fuckers magic?
That's why we're trying to get out of here.
We're just.
It's fine.
God, jeez.
Hey, Aidy already blew my cover. You can say that you don't do magic. That's fine.
We all do magic.
Okay. Fine. I'm already fucked. So, associating with a bunch of magic curse fucks is, no big deal.
Hey, come on. Let's
It's just
not.
Bren, it's fine. Yoli, do you?
It's not.
Should I not be me?
Well, I don't think
When
it's
I go
gonna
in?
fucking matter if Nesner sees you,
Okay,
whether
great.
you're you or not you.
That's true. All right. Well. You get to meet my sister. That's gonna be fun.
She the one I saw before when Vanek and I came to see you, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get him out. I'm gonna get all of them out.
We
Yeah.
are gonna get them out. I'm not leaving him down there.
No. No. Well, you say when.
Well, up to me, I would have gone 10 fucking minutes ago.
All right. Well, we won't keep you any longer then.
Go get your sister.
Oh, Mira.
Did I see anything while I was watching the building?
Give me a perception check, please.
$22.
You saw a lot of people moving in and out that you were a bit surprised by, in that more than a handful of them seem to wear religious attire or school attire, things that you're familiar with in the city. This establishment, for all of its quote-unquote illicit activities, seems to attract a fairly large breadth of people. But other than that, you didn't see anything too out of the ordinary.
Still calm.
Yeah. Okay. Yoli, Mira, Yoli. Yoli's here to help us. So there's a secret entrance. We're gonna go save our friends.
It's more like an exit, but we can use it as an entrance.
Semantics.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. I assume you got magic too, since your sister's with Aidy?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm the one with the magic no one cares a shit about, though, so...
I'm not even going to open the fucking Pandora's box, that whatever that meant. As I was telling your sister, this is going to get rough. But you dealt with the dredgers last night, so I assume I don't have to worry about you either, right?
I can hold my own.
But yeah, for what it's worth, my name is Yoli, and Vanek down there is the closest thing that I have to a life partner. So yeah, I'm gonna get him. And if you can help me do that, I don't care what else has to happen. I'm gonna get us all out then. You're muted, Deb.
Wait, you're still muted.
Why?
There you go.
Ah!
Professionals here.
It's
We're just a
smug.
bunch of
Blame
professionals.
the fact that the fucking cat is annoying me. Mira looks at Yoli and says, someone I care about is down there too. You help me, I help you.
Perfect. I love it when arrangements actually have meaning. So, and do you all want to go?
10 minutes
10
ago?
minutes ago.
For what it's worth, you guys probably have about an hour before quote-unquote lunch. And you haven't spotted Leighton yet. Sisk would probably feel a little sketchy about that.
Yeah, it's weird we haven't seen him yet. I wonder if he's already inside, if they got tied up somewhere else.
More in the not dread that he's not here, more in the sense of going too early means you're not going to be able to save him.
I'm gonna try it. Can we hold off? I could say, Mira, I know you said you got the invisibility and that will do you some. I have a little disguise kit, so we can make you. I could try to make you look a little bit different so that you won't be recognizable if, let's say, your invisibility fails, or I don't know if you care too much about your reputation much anymore if we're gonna be flying out of here, but
Yeah. I don't think my reputation is worth much anymore, but if you wanna, go for it.
awesome. I want
Makeover montage.
Makeover!
It's gonna be more like the makeover process from Very Important People on Dropout. I'm gonna put like little prosthetics and like fake moles and stuff.
Brilliant. As you're doing that, Yoli just shakes her head and like goes to find a perch to keep watching the place.
Yoli's not very fun.
Oh, Yoli is very fun. Very, very fun. I'll look over my shoulder at Yoli. Yoli, you want to kill the time by playing some cards? I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Yoli finds another perch further away.
That was almost a smile, honestly. I think I got really close that time. I won't cause any more trouble. I'll just hang out.
So, I guess you need to roll a disguise proficiency check then.
Okay.
I'd say either intelligence or wisdom. your choice, plus your proficiency bonus, since it's something you are proficient in.
Okay, I'm gonna use intelligence then. Oh, and not roll it in D&D Beyond. That's not good. I'm gonna use one of my advantages, please, and thank you.
Hey,
that's better.
So 11 plus 3 is 14 plus 2, 16.
Nice. Yeah, so with a 16, you do a pretty decent job of disguising Mira. Certainly anybody looking at Mira from a distance isn't going to immediately recognize her face. Or was it Aidy that you were disguising?
Mira.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Aidy can do magic. It's fine.
Anything else that you all would like to do?
I don't know, if we're just waiting until Leighton shows up, like, if it's like 15 minutes to, and he still hasn't shown up, I might anxiously pull the trigger, or...
15 minutes goes by. No sign of Leighton yet.
I'm gonna be just pacing a lot.
We really have to get in there soon if this is going to work.
Whenever you're ready.
I want to help him too, and like if he's not there, maybe I need to just get high up and see if I can see him or something. Maybe they're on the way. Maybe they're around the corner. I'm gonna try and scale up a building of some sort.
Okay. You go for a higher perch. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Okay. I'm going to use another advantage from times I've had built up now. Because I'm not rolling good. These bees.
There.
Okay, the bees are
one.
fine. Yeah, the bees are good. That is 22.
22. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. 20 minutes. Sisk starts sweating, wondering what the hell. And familiar figure starts walking down the street towards the casino. And you see them flanked by Nesner. Oh, hey, Varl. Throwing in the bits. Everybody gets a couple of extra advantages.
Thank you, Varl.
Thank you.
Thank you. Should we just jump them now?
In the middle of the street?
Middle of the street, fuck it.
But then we still have to get inside now. Everyone's alerted.
Well, then let's go.
Okay.
Go.
Do you go? Do you wait for them to disappear into the casino?
Let them get in there. I mean, they're going to be downstairs with the rest of them in just moments anyways, right?
And we can't follow super closely.
Yeah. And we're going in and exit, so, you know.
Ian, you might want to check chat. Raven had a message for you.
I saw it. I'm just on edge. Let's
Maybe we'll wait
do this.
A full minute after they go inside, and then we'll start going inside.
God, it's like waiting for the microwave, the longest minute of your life.
I know, that's why I'm just like, let's go.
You
Come
wait.
on.
You wait. Yoli is just as impatient as the rest of you. And eventually you're like, fuck it, you go. Yoli leads you about half a block away down an alleyway between a couple of buildings. And as you reach the end of the alleyway that is blocked off, she turns towards a door at one of the adjacent buildings and kind of shoulder checks into it. It opens fairly easily, and moving inside, you find yourselves in a dark room. Yoli reaches into a pouch, pulls out a small, teeny tiny crystal. Starts glowing with just enough light to be able to see. She leads you forward. You go basically through this room, not sure in the darkness everything that is on the sides, but it seems to be some kind of a storehouse or some such. And eventually she reaches a platform. You can see the clearly differentiated wooden floor, and there is a large steel ring embedded into part of it. She holds the light up to her face. You can see it just barely casting illumination across, and she gestures you close. And as you lean in, she whispers very, very quietly, "They're going to be just on the other side of this. We open this, we fall down on top of them, and we deal with them. You got it?" Somebody got a little antsy.
It was an accident, don't worry.
Okay. You don't get to use that roll. You got it? We good? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, big man, you pull the ring. Let the ladies do the work.
Excuse me. The fuck? Fine, I'll pull the ring.
As Bren reaches down and grabs onto the ring, you can feel how heavy it is in your hand, and you basically have to brace yourself to be able to hoist this giant door and giant ring up, and you lift it. And as you do, the door swings up and light cascades into the room from below. The four ladies glance down, and you see two figures standing down, basically leaning against some railing and a ladder that goes about 10 feet down. And you lock eyes. Yoli just jumps. The rest of you obviously don't have to do that, but you see Yoli falling down on top in that split second before I describe how her fall resolves. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh, I have an idea.
Mira's right after Yoli.
Jumping in?
Yep.
Not blasting from a distance?
Nope.
Okay.
Could I have set up as a sort of like held action to cast silence before anyone jumps in?
Yeah, you could do that right now.
I would love to cast silence.
Okay. The chamber is filled with silence as Yoli falls down on top of one of these individuals. A blade just seems to appear from a hidden pocket within the sleeve of her shirt into her hand, and she embeds it straight down into the top of this man's skull that she falls upon. Aidy and Mira fall upon the other one. Please, you guys are going to do this, so please narratively describe for me how you dispatch together this man.
Mira, I think, senses the magical silence kind of descending on this place and realizes that her magic isn't gonna do any good anymore. So she whips out both of her daggers from her sides and just comes down, like straight down with them in her fists onto this poor hapless soul.
And Aidy?
Aidy stands right next to Mira and grabs her murder dagger from her boot that she recently killed a man with face to face. And she's just gonna like wait a second because Mira's got this. But in the event that it doesn't look like she's got this,
she has
we're going beast mode.
No, she has it just fine. I do need athletics checks from the both of you though, please.
Dang, and I just rolled a really good one.
You did.
By accident.
Can it be acrobatics?
Yeah. You could be acrobatics if you wanted to be.
Great.
And twins rolling 8s on the dice.
Wow. That's what.
Question is, who has the better modifier?
I got a 10.
And I got a 9.
Aidy, you take 3 points of damage from the fall.
Yep.
You kind of twist your ankle a little bit, more so not because necessarily that you fell so ungracefully, but as you draw the blade, you see the dried blood upon the cracks and crevices of the handle, and it kind of shakes you for a second. You are reminded of the last individual that touched the sharp end of that blade. And by the time you become cognizant, once again, you see the figure falling underneath of Mira's weight, her twin daggers buried into the shoulders of the man, making no noise, obviously, because of the silence, as he slowly bleeds out. Yoli quickly stands, yanking her dagger from the skull of the man that she dispatched, and she looks at you and she says something, but obviously you can't hear it. And then she realizes, and she glances up at Sisk. Does Sisk wave or do anything?
I'll wave and then I'll drop it because I don't think we need it anymore.
Okay.
Unless, yeah.
As you go to drop it, she is starting to give you a thumbs up, and then she realizes that she can hear once again. She says, well, that was fucking handy. And you do that again if we need it.
I can do it a couple more times, but limits my other things I can do.
Okay. Huh. And you get the sense that is about as much respect as she's going to offer.
I got a hunt. That's great.
She turns and looks at Mira as Mira's retrieving her daggers and I'm assuming wiping the blood off on the man that she just killed.
No, the blood stays on.
Glances over at Aidy as Aidy is seemingly a little bit shaken. She says, okay, well, you're in front with me then, as she points to Mira.
Let's go.
You start moving your way down a corridor. It is decently constructed. It's not like rough-hewn earth or anything like that. It's definitely carved and fortified in various places, and there's wall sconces with torches every now and then, about basically every 30 feet or so. And as you move down this corridor as silently as you can, you hear from what appears to be inside of the adjacent wall next to you what sounds like running water. Fairly heavy running water. Startles you a little bit, but Yoli presses on, seemingly unfazed by it. You don't have to go too very far. The corridor itself is only about 150, 200 feet or so. And any of you that feel like you would have a good sense of moving underground and how that would translate to above ground, you would know that you're definitely getting close to the casino at this point, as long as the directions line up, which you have no reason to doubt that they do. You reach the end of the corridor and you see another large door. This one fairly similarly constructed to the wooden floor with the large ring on it that you had pulled to get into this corridor. Another very large wooden door, very large steel ring. And Yoli kind of glances at each of you and just gives a silent nod and raised eyebrow questioning, tilting her head towards the door, seemingly asking if you're good to go.
I guess I'll get this one too.
As you start moving in, she just holds up a hand and points at herself, and then she also points at her mouth and does this. As she scooches closer to the door, she leverages her shoulder into the wall and he pulls on the door ever so slightly, just enough for it to crack open. And as it cracks open, you don't see any light or anything from the inside, but you do hear what sounds like muffled sounds from above. Music and raucous entertainment and such from the casino. Very, very, very muffled. She kind of leans her eye close to the crack and seems to look through, and then nods and pulls it open ever so much more. I need everybody to make stealth checks for me, please.
I'm going to use one of my advantages.
18 for me.
Excellent.
I got a 17.
It's a 12.
19.
Okay. It is a group stealth check. It's not, lowest common denominator, you fail sort of deal. And Yoli's pretty good at stealth. So, given the roles that everyone else had, Mira, you find yourself, like, every few feet poking Aidy and being, like, trying to reinforce her to be quiet. Aidy, you just feel a little off in all of this. Maybe it's because it's a rather tense and difficult situation, perhaps. You're not really sure.
Perhaps.
But as you step into this very short corridor, it's only about 20 feet long and it's about 10 or 15 feet wide. Maybe it's 30 feet long. Yeah, it's about 30 feet long. You glance one way, the direction that Yoli glances one way, you're naturally drawn to glance that direction as well. And that seems to be the direction towards the left of where the noticeable sounds of the casino are coming from. And you get the sense that that is probably where whatever leading entrance that comes down into this subterranean refuge, how it connects to the casino itself. It's another set of doors there. They're slightly ajar. You can't really tell what's beyond the room, but you don't hear anything immediately that would say that you've been discovered. Yoli then quickly moves further down the chamber to the double doors on the opposite side. She leans in, does her trick again, kind of opens it up, nods, glances back, and gestures in as she slips in through the door. The rest of you follow, and you find yourselves in another smaller antechamber. And as you look out from this smaller antechamber, there is another corridor that leads further in. There's a red velvet, some kind of red carpeting on the floor that extends well beyond the chamber and past. And you start to get a feeling that this subterranean space is pretty significant in size. All of the stonework here is magnificent and old, ancient. You're not sure, perhaps, what this space might have been used for at one time or another, but given what you know of the people that are currently trapped down here, you shudder to think what other things Adreus might have cataloged for this subterranean space. You see Yoli just kind of glancing down the chamber. You hear that running water a little bit louder coming from ahead of you as well. And she kind of glances at each of you and then does this and then points that direction. And she seems to be asking, given everyone's pretty decent at insight, except for, I think, Sisk. Sisk might be bad at it, but you get the sense that she's basically implying who's going to go first.
It's just like going out into the casino floor.
No. This is, you're moving away from the casino floor.
Oh, okay. Kind of.
You're moving towards the sound of the running water, moving deeper into this subterranean basement, dungeon, storage dungeon, something. Given you don't know its full purpose, it's hard to really ratchet what it's meant for now.
I don't mind going first.
Mir would also be right up there.
Okay. The two of you had good stealth checks from before. I'm not going to make you re-roll or anything like that. You step onto this velvet carpeted floor and start moving further in. There's a couple of doors that you pass by that are closed. You hear your other companions as well as Yoli kind of move in just a little bit behind you, and you start making your way down. As this corridor fills your eyes, you look ahead and you see blue shimmering light. You very easily recognize the ripples of light across the walls that implies water, the kind of reflections that you get when you're near a swimming pool or something. And looking further ahead, where all of this blue aquatic illumination is coming from, you see a pair of figures standing off in the distance. Neither of you in the front recognize them, but Aidy and Sisk, and certainly Yoli, recognize, seeing them from behind anyway, Nesner. And standing next to them, Sisk recognizes Leighton. Let's go ahead and bring up the battle map, I think.
Okay.
Where are you supposed to? Hold on.
Just give me 1 minute here to load this up.
Aidy's gonna go invisible.
Okay. Just as an aside, this battle map is courtesy of Shay and Peku, some of the best map makers in all of the TTRPG space. Let me just reframe this because we've got some different people standing in the front. Yeah, there we go. So as you are looking down into this pool area chamber ahead of you, you see Nesner and you see Leighton standing there, and they seem to be having a conversation. You can hear the echoes of the conversation kind of bouncing off of the walls a bit, and Nesner seems to be talking up how these cursed individuals are certainly the kind that the clergy should be doing more about, and that sort of thing. Leighton doesn't seem to be, it seems to be a fairly one-sided conversation, and you see 4 guardsmen, not entirely sure what their role is, but some fairly nefarious looking individuals standing on a platform with them. And then you see Phelan, and you see Vonik sitting in chairs, chained, not as beaten and battered, still a little bit bloodied and bruised. Particularly their clothing was not tended to very well. Vonik in particular, his tunic is pretty much saturated red. And there they stand, or there they sit, and everyone else stands. You appear to have the jump on them at this moment. Would anyone like to do anything? And I heard, Beth, you said that you're casting invisibility?
Yeah, that's right.
What
I'd
about
like
the
to
rest
go
of
into. Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna keep. Fuck.
I'm gonna cast Hex on Nesner.
Okay. We'll get to that. We'll resolve that in a second. Okay.
Do we want a silence, or do you want to be able to say something funny beforehand? That's
I
the
think some
important
people have
question.
verbal components for their for their
So,
spell.
Who seems the most anxious or uncomfortable
Um.
of us, not of the
Oh, okay.
NPCs?
Probably Aidy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to face Aidy. I'm going to put my hands on her shoulders and look into her eyes and be like, "You have nothing to worry about. You are you've more than got this. And you're gonna have bardic inspiration. And my bardic inspirations are special. So not only can you use it a D6 to like add it to an ability check or whatever, you could also instead use it to, if you cast a spell that restores hit points or deals damage, you can roll the die and add it to the damage dealt for any spell stuff.
Let's go.
Nice.
Combat inspiration. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. After you say that, that's when Aidy goes invisible. You can still feel her, on her shoulders, but she's gone.
Miko, this little bit right here, is that like a wall, like a pillar or something?
No, that's an adornment to the floor.
Okay, Bryn's gonna drop back like behind Yonli, and he's gonna use his first bonus action to invoke one of his starry forms.
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative then, everyone. Tell me what you get.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
21.
Also
Bullshit.
21.
Oh. I think we had already found out that Mira has the higher dex, right?
I have a +2.
I have a +2.
Dex number.
14.
15.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Suck it!
All right, I'm gonna bump Mira up to a 22. What did you get, Ian?
A 2.
Excellent. All of you rolled 2s in your numbers.
That's a positive spin.
No, it's not. It's a single digit, people. No, it's not.
All right. So all of you are catching them in surprise, and several of you did bonus actions instead of actions. So I'm going to give you the opportunity now to also do an action, if you like. Mira, you said you were hexing Nesner?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yep.
I will add a hexed marker to Mr. Nesner there. What are you doing with your action then?
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him right away.
Okay. You're doing it from back there, or are you moving? And it doesn't
I will
matter.
do
You're
it-
well within range. So.
Yeah, I'll do it from back here.
Okay. Go ahead and blast away. 19 on the
25 to
dice.
hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
That is 9 damage plus
Plus the hex.
the hex. Another 6 damage.
Nice.
Okay, so you love them is what's happening here.
They came after you, Aidy.
Yeah.
I love you.
Everything is happening simultaneously, so they're still not even going to get a chance to react to this blast. Before we continue right along with Aidy, who casted invisibility, are you moving and
Yes.
or bonus actioning anything?
No bonus action, but I would like to move.
Go for it.
I'm going to try to be just a little bit sneaky. AKA, I just don't want them to know that I'm here. I don't know. Because I'm invisible. But yeah, I'll just move my 30 feet.
All right, excellent. That brings us to Sienna, sorry.
Yeah.
You used your bonus action, so you can use your action now.
So I have an action.
And move it.
Okay, so I am going to move up.
Right.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And then I am... Who out of Phelan and Vonic, who is looking the most messed up? I think you said Vonic was like full of blood, right?
Yeah, Vonic's pretty effed, but it also could be proportional descriptions to their total maximum hit points.
Yeah. I'm going to look at the guard holding Vonic, and I'm going to use vicious mockery and call him an impotent, ineffectual, goatish bum Bailey clot pole. And I'm going to try to vicious mockery it.
I love that. Does he have to do a saving throw for that?
Wisdom 14.
Wisdom 14. Okay. Not great at wisdom.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
Okay, so they feel sad, and they take 3 points of damage.
Okay, and what does feeling sad mean?
I mean, their feelings got hurt. What else? Does it do anything else? Oh, has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Excellent.
So.
All right, brilliant. Okay, and so that takes us to everybody that's surprised, because they all rolled better than Bryn. So it is now Bryn's turn.
Great. We're just going to hit a guiding bolt to the guard that's next to Nestor.
That's Leighton standing. Oh, no. You meant this guy, the guy in blue. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy in blue. Here we go. Boom. That is a 15.
That is.
Awesome. It's going to be... points of damage.
Nice. That tears into that guy. He looks rough, but he's also illuminated in bright starlight, giving advantage on giving advantage on the next attack again. Pardon me. Excuse you.
I'd also like to take my movement and get to there.
Okey-doke. I'm trying to think. I don't actually have a marker for the whole glowing thing. But also no one can Hunter's Mark, right? So I think I'm just going to use Hunter's Mark for right now to indicate that this fellow has been bolted. Guiding bolted. Excellent. So that brings us back. Everyone's back on normal initiative at this point as we start the round. No one is surprised anymore or anything of the sort. We are back to Mira.
Is this like a short wall that I'm next to? What am I?
That thing in front of you?
To the left.
To the left.
It's a decoration. I asked to. Earlier.
Like, can I hop up on here?
There's nothing.
Or is that like a wall?
No, that's a wall. That's an entire other chamber.
Got it.
Yeah.
So all these idiots are now in my way. Great.
Yes, all the idiots are now in your way. Remember,
Perfect.
You can move through your friends.
I will move up and hit Nestor again with another Eldritch Blast.
Okie doke. He recoiled severely from your first blast, by the way. It did not feel pleasant as you blasted into him.
Try that again. Terrible rolls. That was what was the first one? Like a 12?
That is going to miss. You have to concentrate on Hex, right?
I do,
Really
yes.
certain, yeah. Okay. Giving you that concentration marker just as a little reminder.
14 to maintain concentration.
Oh, you didn't need to maintain. You didn't take damage or anything, so.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. No, it was just a personal reminder for me so that I remember to make you roll, because otherwise I'm going to forget, because I forget stuff like that. So you guys come in hot and heavy, just blasting everything, by the way, and Nesner kind of recoils and looks back towards you, all recognizes Aidy, and a broad smile comes across his face, just FYI.
He doesn't see Aidy.
Oh, right. Well, he recognizes Mira. And, well, no, because she's disguised. He doesn't recognize any of you. He's like, what the fuck? It is Aidy's turn. The invisible Aidy.
Superb. I am going to...
Yes, it's very obvious that you guys are channeling your inner violets right now.
I just miss her so much. Okay, so I want to get to Leighton and yank that fucking crown off. I don't have enough movement to get right there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my movement, get through my friends who are in my way, and then I'm going to Misty Step as a bonus action right behind Leighton.
Which will break your invisibility.
That's fine. And I'm going to try to yank it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Since this is such a surprising maneuver, basically, like, they see the puff of... you described it before as, like, black...
It's not any color. It's just sort of that like shifting sort of like heat wave sort of like look. Yeah.
So that happens basically in front of all of them, and they very briefly see Aidy's form as she materializes out of her invisibility, but then dematerializes through this heat waving thing, appearing behind Leighton. Nesner clocks it, and Nesner looks over at you as you're doing this, but you have advantage on Leighton to do this. First, you need to do a attack roll against him to see if you can reach up and grab onto things, and then it's going to be an opposed athletics check. You do have advantage on the attack.
Like an unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Okay.
See a 19.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, definitely hits. You reach up, you grab on with both hands, trying to yank the headband off. He very quickly reaches up and grabs onto your hands as well. So now it's an opposed athletics check.
Okay. Do I have to note that I'm using the Bardic Inspiration prior to...
You don't have to use it until after. You have to use it before you tell me the result.
Sure. Okay, cool. Let me roll then.
Okay.
Gonna use it. Actually, I have one more advantage. Gonna use that first.
Okay.
Much better. I'm also gonna use the D6 though. We're not fucking around today. All right. So that's 20 total.
30, 20.
Yeah.
You grab on to the headband and you start to yank it off as his hands come up and grab onto yours. You both got 20.
Fuck off! Okay.
Hang on.
It's the strongest I've ever been.
As you grab on to this, though, you realize that Leighton, he's not like a big burly guy himself. And you kind of yank backwards and pull him down with you. You both fall prone, but the headband comes off into your hand.
Go.
Into my hand. Okay.
Into your hand. You are now holding it. I need for you to make a charisma saving throw.
Cool.
Play it off as an accident? Is that?
Wait, the ring doesn't help? The ring doesn't help?
Nope. But it is worth pointing out, Varl actually just gave 200 bits
Thank
to
God.
Aidy
Varl,
for some
you
extra
angel.
advantages.
So much better, Varl. That's a 24.
Let's go.
Baby.
Varl saving the day once again. Oh, and you also got a hail from Jeremy as well over at
God.
Wanderer's Haven.
Thanks, guys.
Get that
Appreciate
band.
it.
Get that band.
My guys haven't even gotten to take an action yet.
Good.
Yeah, so as you yank this headband off, you hear in your mind a howl of pain. Not from the ring, not from any source that you recognize or the like. And for the briefest of moments, you see a pair of magical eyes materialize in the space above you and stare down at you. They're human eyes, and they gleam with menace and hatred as they dissipate into nothing above you.
Cool.
Leighton is deliriously trying to collect himself upon the floor as you have yanked this mind-controlling headband off of their head. Sisk, you know at this moment the kind of chaos that is going through Leighton's mind. Hey, Canadian Ancient Gamer tossing in some bits. Everybody gets an advantage now from Canadian Ancient Gamer. Yeah, you yank the headband, or having the headband yanked off causes some chaos in the mind, and it's going to take a second for Leighton to gather themselves, unless you wanted to try to do something to help them faster. You don't know what that might be. You could, of course, maybe convince me of something, but you recognize in Leighton what's happening at this moment as they are trying to once again become in control of their own mind and body. And I think that's it from Aidy. So it is Sisk's, or no, it is Sisk's turn, yes.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. So I'm going to try to run up a little bit more. 15, 20, 25. I'm going to get right next to Nesner. I'm going to try to say clearly to Leighton, try to get through to him through the process that, like, he needs to stay down, stay still, like, don't get up. It's being dealt with, he'll be okay. And then I'm gonna just I think I'm gonna start taking swings at people.
Okay. I'm assuming you weren't trying to do an action or anything to help, but I would let you perhaps use a bardic inspiration.
Yes.
Upon him, so you could use your bonus action to try to help him, and that may help him with what the rolls that he has to make when it comes around to his turn.
That sounds perfect.
Great.
Okay, so then I would like to use one of my psychic blades maybe on Nesner.
Okay.
I don't know if, because we didn't talk about if we're just killing people, and like Nesner is important. Okay, if Aidy's cool with killing Nesner, yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Put him down. Put him down.
So that is 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, so 9 points of damage with the psychic blade.
Nice. Anything else?
That's my bonus action and my action then.
Okay. As the psychic damage, as your psychic blade manifests and rips through Nesner's body, it of course doesn't leave any physical markings, but you see him like grimace, and his hand flexes up to his head, and he stares at you for several long moments, and you get this sense that he's looking into your soul as he stares at you.
Awesome. I'm gonna smile uncertainly.
Good call. That is going to bring us to... Oh, I forgot to let Yoli go. You guys... Oh, I'm sorry. I completely left Yoli out from the surprise round. So Yoli, I'm going to say on her previous turn, actually came running up past all of you, but she wouldn't have been able to do anything because of how far back that she was anyway. So that works out fine. You see Phelan and Vonik begin to struggle against their chains. And you can tell that they have wadded up cloth stuffed into their mouths and a binding kind of wrapped around their jaws as well. But they're struggling against the chains as they see all of you rushing in to help them. Particularly when Aidy appears, because they don't immediately recognize Mira. Yoli's turn. Yoli is going to step up to here, and now with a dagger in each hand, she's going to slash at this fellow that is glowing. So her first attack is with advantage, which is great because then she gets to add sneak attack. That's a 17 to hit. So he's going to take pretty decent chunk of... Oh, he's already quite injured. Yeah, she fucking murders this guy. He was at less than half hit points thanks to the guiding bolt. So, yeah, he doesn't need to be alive anymore. And then that brings us to these dudes. First one is dead. The one standing over here is going to charge into you, Sienna, since you were attacking Nesner. And you see him go into his long coat, and he pulls out short sword. And as he pulls out this short sword, you can see that as it comes out of the scabbard, there's almost like this acidic coating that is dripping off of it as well. And you can see that the blade is very pockmarked. So the blade probably isn't going to do as much as you would have expected, but it's also coated in acid. So there's that.
Hurt.
What's that?
This is gonna hurt.
It might. We'll see. So he gets his attack upon you. So he only got a 13 total, which I'm fairly certain misses. And you see Nesner glare at him and say, "Do it again, damn it!" And so he gets to re-roll that. Oh, that's a lot better. That's a 19.
Okay. Can I say it doesn't hit? Anyway?
I mean, you can say it doesn't hit. It's still going to hit you, though.
Okay.
You take, only 3 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What about the acid?
And 10 points of acid damage.
jeez.
Okay.
The blade cuts right through into your armor as he missed you the first time and then spun the blade around in his hand and just jammed it straight into your back.
That wasn't very nice.
This guy is going to step over to here and attack Aidy, who is currently prone.
Yeah.
As he pulls out his also short sword, his does not come with acid. However, you can see a green, horrible, disgusting kind of ooze dripping off of it. It's
gross. Clean your shit.
It's poison. He's attacking you with a poison blade.
Cool.
That's a 23 to hit.
Yes.
That is 7 points of slashing damage and 7 points of poison damage, and you need to make a saving throw versus poison, please. Constitution save.
Yes.
DC is 11.
I'm gonna use an advantage.
Yeah, because that's a 2. That's better.
20. Dirty 20.
So you take the poison damage, which you are not poisoned.
Fantastic.
Great. This guy back here, they do not draw a blade. Instead, you see them hold up a hand towards Bren and Mira and invoke a magical command. And I need for the two of you, please, to make dexterity saving throws as a pillar of radiant light and fire falls down upon the two of you. Your DC is 15.
I got a 16.
Advantage, 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 advantage.
I fucking hate it here. I got a 9.
Advantage, advantage. You got a couple, right?
Yeah, I do, but I'd like to use them to hit something. I'm gonna ride with that 9.
Okay. You ride with the 9. So if you failed the saving throw, which Bren did, you take 22 points of radiant and fire damage.
Well, wait a second. Hold on. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. You rode or died on that 9. Mira takes 11. What is Mira's Constitution score, by the way? It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, 17.
Okay, yeah. So she has to take 18 or more damage to roll concentration. So you don't have to roll concentration just yet. As they invoke this blast down upon you, you can see slipping from underneath their tunic, or slipping out from underneath of their tunic. You see a silver holy symbol dangling from their neck, and you realize that they're probably the one that did the healing. That brings us to Leighton. Leighton is going to attempt to get control of their faculties. Oh, that's only a 9. What's your inspiration again? A D6?
A D6, exactly.
D6. Hey, that's a 5 on the dice. So that gives them a total of 16. So you all see kind of Leighton consciously coming to and looking around and being like, oh, fuck. And like their breath becomes ragged. They look obviously in fear, and they stand up from being prone. They still have a bonus action. You see them look over at Sisk, and they're like, or he is, thank you. And he's looking around at his adversaries, and you see magic start to crackle in his fingertips. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the action to be able to do anything with that right now. And Bren, you are up.
Let's try to do something. We're gonna hit the guy in front of Leighton. We're gonna guiding bolt that guy.
Okay.
Sick. Come on. Let's do something good.
You keep rolling 8s on that die.
Dude, I'm not having a good time. That was even worse.
That's a 9.
Yeah, it's just 13 to hit.
13 does hit that guy.
Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so that's going to be... because I want to get this guy out of the way as best I can. It's 15 points of damage.
15, you said?
Heard. Yep.
All right. And so once again, he is glowing with the radiant light. Do you also get to do your starry bonus action for him, or are you doing something else with that?
No, I'm gonna do that now as well, just to kind of chip away as best we can.
Great.
And that gives me advantage. Yes.
Yeah. You're immediately going to be using the advantage from the guiding bolt. So yeah.
Beautiful. That's another 13
to hit.
Yep.
That hits.
Beautiful. What is that gonna give me? Ba-da-da-da-da. Cool. He's gonna take 8 points of damage.
8, you said?
8, yes.
All right. So with 2 massive bolts of energy, you blast this guy twice in the back, and he crumples down to Leighton's feet. Leighton looks up at you in a bit of shock, but he nods thanks as that man falls. And that brings us to... Oh, you know what? I almost forgot Nesner. He technically was supposed to go before Brad. So Nesner, seeing all of this crazy chaos around him, looks down at Aidy, curses, and he steps away towards Phelan.
Do I get an attack of opportunity as he leaves my area?
You don't.
Come on.
Because he was able to use a bonus action to disengage from his adversaries.
What a bitch.
And as he steps over to... also, what did you give him disadvantage on from the hex, by the way?
Dexterity.
Okay. As he steps over to Phelan, he reaches out and grabs onto their hair and holds his hand up. And as he holds his hand up, you can see a blade kind of shoot out from something hidden underneath of his long coat, the sleeve of his long coat. And he just places the dagger at Phelan's throat. And he looks at you, Aidy, and he says, "This is done, or he's done." That brings us back to the top of the round. You get the sense that he has a ready to action right now.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Mira?
Mira's gonna step forward to the middle of this group, just out of reach.
Okay. I'll say that you get basically up to the dead body here. Let me just delete them, actually. You basically get up to the dead body, standing next to Sisk, and you see Nesner, seeing you coming, kind of ticks a little bit of blood down Phelan's throat, and causing you to, I'm assuming, stop.
Yeah. Leave them out of this.
I'm afraid that ship's already sailed.
So what happens now?
You go or he dies. Pretty simple.
Eldritch Blast.
Pew pew, let's go!
Oh,
That was not good. I'm going to use an advantage.
I saw that
Come
natural
on.
one.
Oh, fucking
Also
shit
not
balls.
good.
Do it again, do it again, do it again.
Jesus.
Miko, what's the rule about using your own personal points to help out your friends?
There isn't one.
That's a 15.
There's not a rule?
You can't, Ian. 15 does hit.
Fucking kill him.
Let's
Jesus Christ. All right, 2 plus... Jesus, this was not meant to be. 3 points of damage.
As this bolt goes out to strike Nesner, it slams into him, but then kind of deflects off of his shoulder as Mira, your concentration is immediately taken away as you see the dagger fall into Phelan's throat and a gout of blood come flowing across Nesner's hand.
When Nesner makes that attack, can I cast Silvery Barbs?
It's basically a coup de grace. He gets to do this.
Fuck!
Phelan is more or less not able to defend himself.
So we established in another episode that when Aidy went down, my arcane rebuke was able to be...
That was with Aidy. You no longer have that kind of connection to Phelan.
God damn it.
Really?
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure that I do.
Well, I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Phelan is gurgling and blood is flowing down their throat, or out of their throat and down their chest. And Nesner is looking at you with glee. It is Aidy's turn.
Aidy stands up and just blasts wretched fire at Nesner. I'm going to use an advantage. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Um, 15 points of fire damage.
Okay. What was the spell that you were casting?
This is Chromatic Orb.
Okay. So you launch your Chromatic Orb, it immediately turns to this roiling, chaotic, anarchic ball of flame. You're barely able to control it through your pain and rage as you see Nesner cutting the throat of Phelan, and it slams into Nesner, knocking him back a step, like half step, and just singeing a vast majority of his body. He's pretty injured at this point.
I will also then...
Dude, end him if you can. If you got it, just pummel this dude.
Okay, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my sorcery points, and I can reroll up to 4 of my damage die. So I'm going to reroll 2 of my damage die because they were shit.
Okay.
So that's 1 sorcery point. So I get to roll 2d8. And let's see. Okay, so
the 1 and the 2 get replaced with a 4 and a 5, so it's an extra 6 points of damage. Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is still up. But as I said, he looks pretty injured.
Okay, then I'm going to step closer to him. I don't want to move out of the range of this idiot. And I'm going to look him in the eye and just say, "You wanted me, you've got me."
Okay. You step up into him. You don't move out of the space of the threatened area of the other guy, so he doesn't get an opportunity attack or anything upon you. But yeah, you step up to Nesner. Sienna, it is your turn. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Absolutely. Ooh, 23.
23 is really good. You're very practiced at incapacitating and, when you have to, murdering people. You've had to do that on occasion. And you're also at least compared to most of the people that are in close enough proximity to Phelan, you're also able to, you're probably more right-minded at the moment. I don't know how better to describe it. You have your wits about you. You have your wits about you. And you know that basically, and we're going to talk in terms of mechanics here, Phelan just suffered 2 failed death saving throws.
Sheet, okay.
From that coup de grace attack. So if someone intervenes fast enough, they might be able to save Phelan. And I'm pointing that out because I know that Sisk is adamant about their ability to heal as well. So
is going to immediately push past to Phelan. 5, 10.
Also, for what it's worth, Varl, the amazing Varl that they are, just gifted Mira some bits.
Good. I'm gonna use a 2nd level Cure Wounds just to start, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you step up. You go to place your hands upon them. Go ahead and roll the health to restore. You move so fast that Nesner kind of moves his arm to kind of catch you and stop you. But you're pretty quick about it, and you kind of slink past and reach out and grab on to Phelan's arm and invoke the healing. How many hit points do they get back?
It's 13.
Excellent. They start gurgling once again and coughing as the wound in their neck kind of closes up. They're hoarse from having their throat slit and all of that, but you get the sense that they are no longer in immediate danger of dying, provided someone doesn't, slash them in the throat again. Anything with your bonus action?
Can I use my offhand psychic blade even if I didn't do a
So you have to do an attack action in order to be able to use your offhand psychic blade, yeah.
I'm not sure that I really have much else. Maybe I should. I'm going to Bardic Inspiration Mira. I'm gonna try to make eye contact with Mira over Phelan and to try and get across that, like, I got them stable. You do what you need to do.
Mira and Sienna lock eyes as Sienna pumps this radiant healing energy into Phelan, and Mira is able to see Phelan instantly recovering from that, and maybe that gives them back their wits. Okay. Phelan does not need to make a death save. They were going next. But Phelan and Vonic continue to struggle. Yoli surges between Aidy and Leighton and goes and attacks this guy that had been holding Vonic. A couple of quick slashes of the blade. Oh, that first one's going to miss. The second one, however, also misses. So Yoli seems a little bit distracted as this guy deftly deflects her 2 blades. And then he gets to actually do an attack back with his poisoned blade. Oh, that is a natural 20. The guy with the poisoned blade buries it deep into Yoli's gut. Yoli has to make a con save, which they do, so they are not additionally poisoned. However, they took some damage. Who's that? You all see Yoli kind of crumple down, barely standing at this point as this poisoned short sword is buried into their gut. She's like holding on. She's basically supporting herself standing by holding on to the guy with the short sword. And then it is the cleric person's turn. The cleric person looks over at you, Sienna, and they are going to attempt and inflict wounds upon you.
Well, that's fine.
That is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Yep.
For sure.
Take 3d10 necrotic damage.
Sick. Roll badly, please.
I rolled a 10, a 9, and an 8 for a total of 27 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, well, I'm down.
You all
Can I fall into the water?
No, you fall straight down. You fall straight down. Your form changes because this was a enforced unconsciousness. So you all see Sisk in their natural form as they collapse to the ground. It's almost like the necrotic energy slams into their body and pulls Sienna out of Sisk. And you see their gray, maligned shape hit the ground as they were looking into Mira's eyes. And then it is Leighton's turn. Leighton looks around, doesn't know what the hell is going on, sees Sienna fall. They were about to reach out and grab onto Yoli and help them, but they see Sienna fall, and they quickly move over to Sienna to guard them. And they go, I'm going to do that. So it takes their action, but they go into their pouch, almost as if this is part of their training for what they do. They go into their pouch and pull out a greater healing potion, and they drop it down Sienna's throat. So that is 19 points of healing.
Amazing.
As Sienna becomes conscious once again, still maintaining, or Sisk, I should say, still maintaining their form, they look up and see Leighton standing over them. The irony, kind of foul taste of a healing potion in their mouth as they see Leighton toss the vial into the water. And Jeremy tossing out some more hails. How many channel points do you got, my friend? That's a lot used tonight.
Let's go.
It looks like he's trying to get everybody at this point.
Thank you, Jeremy.
And then that brings us to Nesner. Nesner looks around, seemingly in disgust at all of this, looks up at Aidy, and dagger in one hand, and then you see him kind of reach into a pocket and come out with his other hand, a set of brass knuckles in his other hand, and he's going to unload on Aidy.
Lord.
First attack. Yep. First attack is a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Second attack is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
You take 5 points of slashing damage. And then he gets one last attack again with the brass knuckles. It's a 19 to hit.
Yep.
You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as he just unloads upon Aidy.
As I fall down, she just gives like a fucking look. Fuck. Yeah, and then she falls.
Okay.
Arcane Rebuke.
Okay.
Get this fool. Let's go.
He has to do a dex save, right?
Yeah.
That is a 19 dex save.
Okay, so he will take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Fucking kill him.
He is still standing, but barely.
Piece of shit.
As you arcane rebuke, and it blasts out of your body, deflecting. Like you envision him, like as Aidy is falling, just looking down, dagger in hand, and about to like go down on top of her with the dagger to finish her off. You slam him with the arcane rebuke, and he turns and looks at you instead. It is your turn, Bren.
I really want to hit this guy. We're gonna guiding bolt this dude again from where I am. I'm gonna use my advantage because I really want to hit this fucking dude. You got to be kidding me! I don't want to be here anymore.
Ian.
The rage and/or fury in my body right now. Okay. Would it be too much to use another advantage?
I mean, you know technically that you've got 3 allies going before he does. So, well, 2.
Yeah.
One of them is already unconscious, and the other one just got back into consciousness. So,
screw it. Oh God, yes. Okay, cool. So that's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And I'm gonna use that. That's 22 points of damage. Please.
Describe for us, please, how you end Nesner.
Oh God, yes. So Bryn, like partially kind of wanting to get up in the mix, like he hits that guiding bolt and kind of runs next to it and just like pushes it into this dude's face. Like it's almost like he threw a fastball and just went up and just gave it a little bit more as he ran up, just to kind of like smush it right in his fucking face. After seeing him drop 80 and then did what he did to Phelan, he's pissed.
Okay. As you slam this bolt into this guy, into Nesner's face, he doesn't see it coming. His eyes are basically locked on to Mira, relishing in whatever torment he obviously caused her, and you just completely catch him off guard as it just tears half of his head off, basically.
And then he's gonna stand up and he's gonna look at that cleric asshole and he's gonna go, "You're next." And with my bonus action, hit him with that archer.
Okay.
Oh, buddy. Oh God, yes. 19.
Okay.
And he gets 8 points of damage in the face, right in the face.
All right. That is the first damage that the cleric had taken. So that brings us back to Mira. Aidy has fallen.
Mira is furious
At Bren for taking the kill.
Yeah, a little bit. And she's gonna step up right next to Bren, kind of as much over her sister as she can. I'm gonna bonus action move my hex to the cleric.
Okay.
And then I am going to just follow up Bren's hit with an Eldritch Blast. 23 to hit.
That hits.
10 damage.
Plus the d6.
Plus 4.
Nice. 144. Yeah, they look pretty messed up from that blast, and you can see an escalation in their eyes as they seem shocked by all of this that is now transpiring, and they're quickly trying to calculate their way out. I need for Aidy to make a death save, please.
Yes, sir. $19. I got this.
All right, that's one success. Sienna. or Sisk, as it were.
Yeah.
Technically, you're prone right now, too.
Okay. I'm gonna crawl over Phelan over to Aidy. And I don't think I leave anyone's anyone's zone, so I don't get an attack of opportunity.
I'm gonna say you stand up as part of this crawl.
Fine. And then I'm gonna blast my last second level spell into Aidy for
Nice.
healing. Because I don't think she would leave you for any amount of time. Much less, so that is 7. But
Thank you. I feel better.
7's better than 0.
yep. And I don't have a bonus action, so.
Okay. Phelan and Onik are obviously still struggling. Yoli, barely standing at this point, attempts to stab out at the guy. Oof. No. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Yoli is pretty messed up at this point. She's barely holding on to her dagger. Not able to... You almost get the sense that she's lashing out, barely clinging to consciousness, just unable to even motivate enough at this point. That brings us to the cleric. The cleric falls backwards into the water.
Idiot.
Technically, Sisk gets a opportunity attack.
Okay. 100%. I will take that. Oh, nat 1. Can I use it? Should I just let him go? I'll use one of my many. I'm rich in advantages right now, so I'll use one of them. It's not much better. I think I just let him fall backwards into the water.
Okay.
I think that's.
You let the cleric fall back into the water. As they fall back into the water, you see them invoking a spell, and they don't disappear under the depths. Like, you can still see the outline and shape of them in the water, but they appear to be swimming away at this point, over this way, under those docks.
Oh, I so want to give chase to this thing. Like,
No survivors.
But they are attempting to flee. This guy is going to attempt to finish off Yoli, which he absolutely does. So he slashes out. She had 1 hit point, by the way. He slashes out and connects basically across her face, and she collapses to the ground, unconscious. He is no longer unconscious. And as he does that, he then also takes a dive for the water. He doesn't get quite as far because he took his action. Technically, you do, yes, but you're prone, so you're at disadvantage.
That's fine. I'll use my little dagger baby. At disadvantage. Dice be dicing, 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. For an absolutely stunning 3 points of damage.
Okay. That's 3 points of damage, or 3 points of health he did not have a second ago.
Ew.
That's going to be Leighton's turn. So Leighton, seeing all of this carnage upon everything, is kind of looking around, and he looks at Sisk and he's like, "Are we trying to get out of here? What is going on? What do I need? Tell me, please. What should I be doing at this moment?"
This is a rescue for you too. We will be trying to get out of here, but don't let them leave.
Wonderful. And Leighton turns towards the cleric, and you see 5 magic missiles just dart out of his hands and erupt through the water because magic missiles don't have to do attack rolls. So let's see here. Yeah, unfortunately, he has enough hit points that I do have to roll to see if he does enough. That is 14 on the dice plus an additional 5 points for 19 total. You see them unerringly just and like their arcane energy light up the water as they connect with this cleric and just slam into their body, and you see bubbles and boiling, and then the cleric's limp body just starts sinking.
Nice.
You no longer feel that you have that person hexed anymore. Just FYI. And that is going to bring us to Bryn. So one guy swimming away.
Bryn takes off running, and he just dives off the dock, and you see him go under, and then you see a fin come up and start swirling towards him as he wild shapes into a reef shark towards this fucking dude.
Okay. We're going to fall out of combat here because I'm going to give Ian the opportunity to explain in as much detail as you would like, Ian, the chum and blood that escapes.
So as you see Bryn just charge right off the dock and just jump in, and you see that fin come up, it slowly ascends and then it juts down. And you can see that person, he's standing there because he saw him. And then just with the swooping leap up, you see this giant reef shark with this person halfway in his mouth just chomps down and dives back down deep, and it's Kool-Aid now in that little corner.
Nice. So there you all stand on this platform. Your adversary's fallen. I'm assuming someone is going to very quickly attend to Yoli. Multiple people can attempt to do that. Probably not the reef shark. I'll say that the reef shark is a little occupied at present. But the rest of you are able to very quickly attend to Yoli and at least stabilize them. Do you have any healing magics left, Sienna? Okay.
I've got like 4 level 1 cure wounds I can do. So
okay,
good.
yeah. So you pop a level 1 cure wounds upon them. Since they didn't fail any death saves or anything like that, they're able to come back to consciousness. And you, you're able to kind of get them back on their feet, and you all proceed to start undoing the shackles and stuff. For what it's worth, because Phelan had failed the death saves and was only revived using a cure wounds, they're pretty much out of it at this point. They're barely, they don't really have consciousness. Like, someone has to be underneath of them, either firemen's carrying them or, 2 people, one on each side, as they kind of dragging them along to get out of this place. Leighton is kind of looking at you, Sienna, in this few moments of aftermath, and says, "I am so very, very sorry about everything. You know that, right?"
Yeah, I think Sienna or Sisk is just gonna hug Leighton. I don't know if they've ever really hugged or anything before, but I think this is as good a time as any to start.
As you hug them, they're a little bit hug him. He's a little bit surprised by it, but then he quickly he's taller than Sisk is, but he quickly embraces Sisk, and he just kind of looks around at the others that are gathered, and he says, "We should go, I think. Does anyone know a good way out of here? I'd rather not go through the casino."
Yeah, I guess the way we came is probably best. Right, Yoli?
Yeah, Yoli is like half out of it too, having been fucked up pretty hard. And it's basically like Yoli and Vonik are kind of supporting each other, as Yoli's like, yeah, this way, and starts leading you all away. Mira, Aidy.
I'm under one of Phelan's arms.
Yeah, and Mira's under the other.
Bren, does Bren come up for air at some point? Or does he stay in the shark form for a hot second?
He does stay in the shark form for a hot second, but then like he kind of notices everybody leaving and he merges it back in his regular form, but like he tosses an arm like into the water and he's like, "I'm ready to go now."
There's a little bit of blood dripping from Bren's mouth, not his.
Teeth are still forming back because he's tired. It takes a long time to ever go. That's why he's like, "I'm ready to go," just jagged.
Let's take anything we can from Nesner first, though. I want to strip him.
Do you want to take the time to search him?
Yes.
Okay. You quickly, go ahead and give me an investigation check, Sisk.
Yeah, sure. Sorry if I interrupted. I thought.
No, it's okay.
Oh, I keep running D&D Beyond. I'm so used to it.
It's all right.
That's 12. I think I will use another advantage, if I may.
Sure.
That is better. That is 15.
15. Yeah, you find a couple of coin pouches very easily with some myriad coins within them. You note that the dagger is pretty exceptional looking. A little bit too finely crafted to be just mundane. And in particular, it catches your eye that he's wearing a signet ring. You're not sure exactly what the signet is. You at least know that it is valuable, but also it implies something else to it, because you wouldn't have expected a man like Nesner to be wearing such a ring. Do you just remove it, or do you remove the finger first, as Beth seems to be requesting in chat?
Oh, that what she would like.
It wasn't a request. It was just a thought.
Seemed like a pretty solid statement to me. I don't know how else to cut his fucking finger off.
I will. I guess I'll cut off a finger and I'll hand it to Aidy, being like, "I felt like you wanted this for some reason, but I'll just keep the signet ring and I'll keep the."
I drop his fucking fat sausage finger. Disgusting
fingers. So yes, as you all hobble your way down the corridor and out, you emerge into the daylight of that alleyway eventually. Yoli and Vonik are standing there looking at the 6 of you, as you all kind of seem to be taking in everything. Yoli, half delirious, looks at Aidy and just mouths thank you. And Vonik kind of reaches out and places a hand on Aidy's forearm or upper arm, just below her shoulder, gives it a squeeze and nods, turns and looks at the rest of you and says, "Yeah, I don't want to see you guys ever again." And the two of them just start hobbling down the alleyway.
I just let them go. I don't really even know what to say.
I could have healed them more, but yeah, never mind.
We need to get out of the street.
Anyone have a good idea of where to go? Because I don't think that it's going to take long for them to find out what happened downstairs.
I'm gonna look at Bren.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. We can go to the farm.
Sorry, that... Leighton did not laugh. That was me.
Just, I have to go anyway. The trio, they're probably hungry.
Okay.
Does it seem like Phelan would make it that far in their current state?
I mean, they don't have much control of where they're going at this point.
Yeah,
they need a short rest in order to regain consciousness.
That's my... We're not gonna
Like I
make
hit
it.
him with the healing word.
It's not a matter of healing. It's so I use a homebrew rule for unconsciousness. If you fail a death save, you require exceptional healing, things like paladins lay on hands and the like, and special healing class capabilities, or a short rest in order to regain consciousness after becoming stable.
Should we? I mean, the sewers are the closest.
Let's go back to the sewers. We wait until dark, then we go to the farm. Brent, if you want to go now, go now. We can...
I'm gonna go now. Yeah, I'm gonna go now.
We'll meet you there.
Yeah, I'll get some things together.
Okay. Bren, reluctantly but knowingly, heads off in the direction of the farm. The rest of you head down into the sewers. Bren, please make a perception check.
That's a 5.
That's a natural 1.
Yeah, I don't notice crap.
Yeah. So no one notices this, but for the audience, I will say, camera pans out away from Bren as you see him walking towards the closest canal, knowing that he has to go east and north. He'll have to take probably a couple of different canals to be able to get where he needs to go to make his way out of the city and back home. And perched atop one of the nearby buildings, watching him go, there is a black raven sitting in the building, watching Bren as he moves along. The rest of you head for the closest sewer grate. Thankfully, you don't have to go far. Burke, being Burke, has made sure to pass on as much knowledge to his younger siblings as possible about the extensiveness and amazingness that is the sewer systems of Orlustran. And so you happen to know pretty clearly where you can enter the sewers and make your way down once again. Eventually finding the space that you had taken refuge in the night before. As you are all leading Leighton through all of this, occasionally Leighton will tap Sisk on the shoulder and be like, "Is this all right? Is this really where we're getting? Oh my God, what was that?" As you all eventually find your way to this safe little spot. And as you do so, Leighton kind of stops at the entrance of it and grabs Sisk and is like, they're going to be here in a few hours. You know that, right?
Not here. Like, you mean the city here?
Right. The Chokran and the Naestrom.
Yeah, we at least got you folks. next?
No. Sisk. They're going to be here. You have to leave.
Now?
As soon as you can. You can't stay in this city with them here. They will find you.
What are you gonna do? Do you wanna, I have a lot to fill you in on. We have a way out, I think. It's gonna take some time, but, which we don't really have, but, because I can't imagine you can go back now. Either.
No, of course not. I don't even want to do that, but if you've got a way out, I can at least try to buy you some time.
Okay. Well, I guess we can go over everything. It started before even I got involved, so we have a lot to get you caught up on.
I mean, I appreciate all of that, but I don't think I want to know. Whatever method that you're using to get out, if I know and they take me, they can extract that.
We can keep you safe. You could come with us. You won't
No, I
have
can't.
to-
No, I can't run. Not like that anyway. I'll have to get back to my family. Before I do that, and he places both hands upon your shoulders. I want you to know how important you are to me. Saving you was the best thing that I ever did in my life. And I'm sorry it took me so long to be able to do it. I'm also sorry that you had to come and save me in return.
I'm glad I could pay it back.
I am too. Wherever you end up, stay safe, all right? Sorry that they're going to hunt you to the ends of the world. But as long as I can, I'll try and slow them down.
Thank you.
Leighton just leans forward and places a soft kiss on your forehead. Pulls back and looks at the twins. I don't know you. That's all right. Because I know Sisk. If they know you, and they trust you, so do I.
Aidy will reach out with the headband. She's been clutching this whole time.
Just kind of recoils away from it.
Do whatever you want with it.
No, I can't touch that. I'll be compelled to put it back on.
Right.
I wouldn't... He kind of looks between the three of you. I'm sorry I have to ask this. Can you destroy it?
Can I?
Well, you don't know, but would that stop Aidy from saying yes?
No, I'll say yes.
I would appreciate it. It doesn't deserve to exist in this world. The vile object. No one has said yes yet, so.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get rid of it. And she'll
Wonderful. Thank you.
put it inside her cloak so she's not holding it, and there's deep marks where she's been squeezing it so tightly since she got it in her possession.
Okay.
Thank you again, and keep them safe, all right? As he looks between Mira and Aidy and gestures towards Sis.
We'll do what we can. Get us as much time as you can.
You'll be out by nightfall?
We will.
Try.
All right. I'll do everything I can to make sure that nightfall is enough. I'm sorry about your friend, by the way. And he kind of gestures towards the sleeping Phelan. I hope they're all right. And, I'll always remember you, Sis. You know that, right?
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Kind of lingers for a half second and then ducks away and tries to retrace his steps to get out of the sewer.
Good luck. Just stares off into space for a minute and then claps their hands up. Okay. Let's start planning so that when they wake up and when we get to Bren, we have another plan ready to go. It won't be good enough. It won't be good, but we'll have a plan.
I don't know if I have it in me to plan anything right now. Could we just take a minute?
We can take a minute too.
Okay. Aidy just sort of looks at Phelan and at Mira and at Phelan and at Mira and yeah.
Mira, do anything?
She sees Aidy looking and get some rest.
You too.
I'm fine.
Does she feel fine?
She?
Define fine.
I don't think you need
so
magical
she's
powers to realize she's
Mira-fine?
not.
Mira fine, yeah. She is already on to getting us out of here and to the farm.
Where is she right now? She's just like standing around.
I think she was. She will eventually go and sit next to Phelan.
Before she goes to sit next to Phelan, like as soon as she turns, Aidy will reach out and just like wrap her up from behind and just give her a really big squeeze. And then just let her go.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call it